Hi folks, although up picking, or what some people call Seeger style picking, is not my main playing style on the banjo, I have made several videos where I use up picking to play tunes or songs. And as a result of that, several people have asked if I would make a video demonstrating the basic strum of up picking. So that's what this is all about. I'm glad to oblige that request. I'll add though that there are also plenty of other videos on YouTube that people have done that walk you through the basic strum, but I'll add my 2 cents to the mix here and walk you through it as well. Okay, let's get started. First off, my banjo's in the standard G tuning, so from 5th string to 1st string is G, then D, then G again, then B, and then D. So standard G tuning. Hopefully you're familiar with that. Let's start looking at the basic mechanics of up picking and the up picking strum. First, let's consider the fingers that we're going to use. And first we're going to use the index finger. That's going to be the up pick note. It's going to be a melody note. Then we're going to strum downward with the middle and ring finger as the second note. And then there's going to be a third note in the basic strum that's played by the thumb exclusively on the 5th string. So up with the finger, play a melody note, then a strum downward followed by a 5th string strike to play a drone note. And by the way, the 5th string, the short string here, is exclusively a drone string. We're not going to play any melody notes on that particular string. So when the finger is playing melody notes, it's playing on either strings 1, 2, 3, or 4, not on the 5th string. And by the way, since the finger is picking up to play those melody notes, hence the name up picking. If we compare that to claw hammer, the finger is striking down, we're striking those strings at the back of our fingernail. That's called a downstroking or a down picking style. Okay, so it's which way the finger goes when you're playing those melody notes. All right, the second thing we want to look at is the rhythm that we play. The basic strum has 3 notes in it, but they're not of equal time value. The first note could be considered a long note, and then the second 2 notes are short notes. So as Pete Seeger described it, it's called the bum ditty pattern. You could say long, short, short, if you want to, or you could say bum ditty. Some people say boom chukka, or if you're conversant in musical theory and terminology there, you'd say 1, 2, and 3, 4, and, or 1, 2, and 2, 2, and whatever, however you want to count that. So a long note and 2 short notes. And putting our fingers into that, the finger, when it's plucking up, is playing the long note, the bum of the bum ditty, and then the brush starts the ditty part, and that's finished by the thumb on the 5th string. So up for the bum, and then we play the ditty with the downward brush with the middle and ring finger, followed by the thumb on the 5th string. Okay, so bum ditty, that's the basic rhythm. Now let's take that to the third step and look at the hand motion and how the fingers are involved in this. I've kind of alluded to that, but let's break it down and look at it closely. So to play the bum ditty rhythm, those 3 notes, the 1 long note, the 1 short note, all we have to do is go up and then down. So the bum is an up and the ditty is a down of the hand. So up for the bum, ditty is down. And if I put the fingers into that hand motion, and I'm going to mute the strings here, I pluck up with the finger on some string. That's my up motion for the bum. Now for the ditty, I come down, performing a strum, and then quickly follow with a 5th string strike by the thumb. So bum, ditty, long, short, short, long, short, short, boom, chukka, or 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So it's just up and down to play the basic strum. Nothing more than that. And bum with the finger, ditty with the brush by the middle and ring finger, followed by the thumb on the 5th string. A couple things to add into that. When you brush downward with your middle and ring finger, you can brush across all 4 of the strings if you want to do a big full brush, but you don't need to do a full brush. Maybe you just brush the first 2 strings or the middle 2 strings. Maybe you brush 3 strings. It kind of just depends upon what you want to express and what you want in there, but you do want to hit more than 1 string. So at least 2 strings are played in the brush when you do that downstroke on the dit of the bum ditty. Second thing, when you're coming down and you brush on the dit, at the same time, your thumb should be landing on the 5th string so that it's ready to play the T and just keep the downward motion going. So see how my thumb is landing there as I'm brushing, and then it's ready to go to play that other short note. And that's the basic strum of up-picking. There's really not much more to it than that. I'm going to say it's simple, but clearly, if you're not familiar with it, it's not easy at first. But a little bit of practice and just keeping it slow and lots of repetition, and you'll get it in no time. It's really not all that difficult to master because it's pretty straightforward. There's not variations on it, all that sort of thing. Okay, let me do some demonstrations here. I'm going to move up closer, focusing more on my banjo head here. And I'm going to unmute the strings. I'm going to play the basic strum by just playing the 3rd string with my finger, then brushing down, and then playing the 5th string. So let me just do this a few times. Hopefully you can see what I was doing there, and that's consistent with what I described. Now, I'm going to play different strings with my finger. I'll play the 3rd, I'll play the 2nd, I'll play the 1st, I'll play the 4th. I'm just going to kind of move around to show that you keep the basic strum going, but you play different notes and different melody notes on different strings, open or fretted. So I'm just going to play open notes here. Bum diddy bum diddy bum diddy bum diddy. Then we can throw in different chords and start putting melodies into this when we pick the strings with our finger. I'm going to use the open G chord, and then I'm going to use the D7th chord real quickly. Looks like that 2-finger chord. And I'm going to play a little bit of Skip to My Lute, and I'm not going to throw in any embellishments or anything, just real basic melody sketch here with the ditty part being the brush and the thumb. I'll back away again a little bit so you can see more of the banjo. Here we go. Again. Okay, so even with the basic strum, pull back up here, even with the basic strum, not throwing any hammers or slides or pulls or anything off, we can sketch out a basic melody and make a fairly pleasing banjo song out of that. I just played a very, very stripped down, simple rendition of Skip to My Lou. You can do that with most any song if you know the chords and where to put them in. And by the way, I should add, compared to something like clawhammer that oftentimes isn't really real chord based because you're usually playing single strings unless you're real frailer and do a lot of brushes. But brushing is, as you saw, essential to up-picking style. It's built in, it's baked in. So because we're brushing on the strings, you need to know basic chords, and you need to know when to play those basic chords. It's a much more chord-centric style than many down-picking and clawhammer styles are. So that's a point worth making. Anyway, there you have the basic strum for Seeger up-picking. beyond that, you start adding in hammers and slides and pull-offs, things like that, to ornament tunes, to flesh out melodies, make things more interesting in musical arrangements. I should note too that you don't always have to do the bum diddy bum diddy bum diddy. If you want, you can put little note runs in there just by plucking single notes with your finger. For example, at the end of Skip to My Lou, I did that. I only played a couple of melody notes, but I could just do this. See how rather than playing bum diddy, I just played 4 melody notes with my finger, just picking up. And then bum diddy, bum diddy. So you can throw in little melody note runs there just by picking up with your finger on different strings to get those melody runs. So there's lots of ways to dress up the style beyond the basic strum. Anyway, I hope this helps. I hope it made sense of the basic strum of up-picking Seeger style. Like I said, do a YouTube search on Seeger up-picking banjo, and you'll see a lot more videos out there as well that I think will help you understand and get going with this particular style. Okay, that's it. Have fun and keep on picking.